All right, guys, we're going to be talking about the lost colony of Roanoke. So, Queen Elizabeth of England sent English colonists to America to set up colonies. So, we're going to talk about that. So, let's watch this video. The lost colony of Roanoke. Before the settlement at Jamestown, Virginia, Roanoke Island was home to the New World's first group of English colonists. Between 1584 and 1587, 3 different English expeditions would arrive on this island. 2 groups would return to England, but the third would disappear, never to be seen again. Located off the coast of modern-day North Carolina, Roanoke Island was first mapped in 1584. A year later, Sir Walter Raleigh charted a scientific and military expedition to establish a settlement. The island was home to Algonquian-speaking Native Americans who initially welcomed the Englishmen. But violence flared after colonists assassinated their chief, and they were forced to abandon the settlement, moving back to England. In 1587, a third group arrived at Roanoke, comprised of men, women, and children. The governor's granddaughter, Virginia Dare, was the first English child born in the Americas. Later that year, the colonist governor, John White, returned to England to restock on supplies. Due to the Spanish Armada's threat to England, his voyage back to Roanoke was delayed. When he returned in 1590, 3 years later, he found the settlement in ruins and that the settlers had vanished. The only clue was a word carved into a tree, Croatoan. Croatoan. This led some to believe that the colonists were adopted to nearby Native American tribes. Croatoan was the name of a group of people 50 miles south on present-day Hatteras Island. However, White was unable to search for the settlers there due to storms, but archaeologists digging on Hatteras have found what could be evidence of the lost colonists. Recent clues also indicate that the colonists might have moved 50 miles inland to a place archaeologists have dubbed Site X. What happened to the settlers? Assimilation with local tribes or joining local tribes to disease, drought, or massacre by the Native Americans. Many theories as to what happened to the settlers remain. Despite centuries of searching, no one exactly knows what happened to the colony at Roanoke. So again, these are the theories that people have came up with on what happened to these colonists from England that magically disappeared. Number 1, everyone left the settlement. Number 2, the whole population was killed by disease. Number 3, village was destroyed by a violent storm, such as a hurricane. Number 4, the colonists decided to live with the friendly natives of a nearby island. 5, everyone in the village was murdered by angered natives. So these are all theories on what happened. Okay. So again, there was 3 different attempts. The first attempt, there was a shortage of food and supplies, and also Indians ended up attacking them, so they left Roanoke. Second attempt in 1587, John White leads colonists to Roanoke again, tries to settle. All the colonists settle in. John White returns to England to get supplies. So when he comes back 3 years later, the settlement is gone. All the colonists, there was over 100 colonists that were settled there, were mysteriously gone. There was no trace. The only clue, Croatoan carved in a tree. Again, the Croatoan